Oh, I just realized I forgot a drink, but hello. Welcome to Nemi's Crafty Cafe here in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. I apologize for being MIA for a while, but life has been upsies and downsies over the last couple of months. Hectic, just hectic, but I think I'm just starting to get a relief. And so I thought I would kickstart Christmas, which is coming around, and that is starting in like 26 days or something like that. 25, 26, 27 days. How many days till Christmas? And I will tell you right now, I have not started any of my shopping. I have not even looked at stocking stuffers. I'm hosting this year, which is normal. So, we're going to have a full crowd. So I'm excited about that. I'm just checking to make sure I'm live. It's been a while, and you can see my background has changed because I've had to rearrange my room. And so if you are there, then just give me a thumbs up. If you're catching a replay, give me an emoji of your choice. And whether you're catching the replay here on my Facebook page or whether you're catching it on my YouTube channel, send me a Merry Christmas or a hello or anything like that, or an emoji. Just trying to get online here and make sure, because I had it ready and for some reason it's not popping up. So I want to make sure that I'm live as well, because I see the live button, I see starts. It did blink for me, but I'm not seeing it here on my page. So just give me a second so I make sure. It just could be my laptop, I don't know. And I don't have a third device to compare, which is completely crazy. But anyway, I'm here. This could be a little long, so we'll see how time goes. I'm gonna try and keep track, but we're gonna work on a workshop kit. So this is the Keeping Traditions workshop kit. It is, I believe, $49, and it comes with everything you need except for your adhesive. Oh, which I forgot over there. And so, yeah, it's my desk right there. So I've been having lighting issues in the room because ever since we rearranged everything, it's just not working. And so I want to make sure that we are good. Okay, so I did see some movement, but for some reason, my laptop here is just circling like it's never circled before. So let me try something new here and switch. So my apologies, but hey, if I can cut it out, I'll cut it out, but we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to try a new tab instead, and maybe that will help me get where I need to go. Okay, so now it's saying I have no internet, but we'll see. Okay, so again, oh, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. And yeah, we have sound, we have everything. So if you're there, then definitely give me a thumbs up or a hello. It's in the middle of the afternoon. Most of you are at work, unlike me. So this is my work. This is my job. So we're going to get started. I have so many classes to catch up on, but the Keeping Traditions, and I'm so happy that that paper finally came back. However, I had to replan with everything else, along with the other Christmas tags and more, which was also gone. But let's get started and I'll share with you some of the pages. Now, I'm going to kind of walk you through the whole thing. But then afterwards, I was thinking the one reason I'm here is because I want to share with you. Oops, sorry about that. I was trying to do that smoothly, and now I think I switched. There we go. I was trying to do that smoothly, and that didn't work out very well. Okay, so now you got a view of my ceiling for a bit there. And I don't know. It's going to take quite a while. So these off, but I'm going to go through the cutting motion with you. Oh, shoot. I put this on the wrong side. Give me a sec. I got to keep my phone charged or else we're not going to be friends after. Because it will definitely not charge, or it'll definitely run out of battery power. And then we'll be in trouble. So I got to plug in my phone because I flipped my phone the wrong way. Okay. And it looks like
cord is not going to reach. So, trial and error, folks, trial and error, and I'll definitely do better on Sunday. I can't be here tomorrow because I'll be gone all day, but I definitely will start coming in every day again, which is gonna be nice now that volleyball is done. And the only sport I have left to Uber drive my kids around is into soccer. Hallelujah. Okay, so this is the Keeping Traditions, and the kit is amazing. So you get an instruction book. So if you know anything about kits, and I would love to know, do you scrapbook 12 by 12 or do you scrapbook 8.5 by 11? Hello, Shell. Thanks for coming in. And so um, this is a 12 by 12. However, be creative. You can easily change this into an 8.5 by 11 or into pocket pages or however you like to scrapbook. Throw it into a mini album. I don't know. What's your preference? I do both. I do a combination of both. I use a 12 by 12 album, but then in my 12 by 12 album, I'll have flaps, I'll have interactive pages, I'll have 8.5 by 11. So I do it all. So in this kit, which is fantastic, by the way, so it tells you here what supplies you actually need, along with how many photos fit on each of the projects. So these projects comes in sets of 3. I freaking love them. And so, and you know what? When the traditional scrapbooking paper went on back order, I was like, oh. So I freaked out. But you know how you was able to get it? I was able to get it because I actually ordered the sticker sheet and DSP, and that's how I ended up getting it. So I have an extra sticker sheet. Anyway, that's how it works. So the difference between this and a Traditions, which I don't have a full pack of, here's my leftover pack of the first one that I used with just the sticker sheet, is you don't get every piece of designer series paper that is actually in the kit. So here they're telling you you've got 2 of each of the 3 of the, oh no, you don't even, you have 1, 2, 3. This one only comes with 5. So you'll get 5 sheets instead of 12, and you don't get all 6 patterns, right? And then, so they give you what they believe goes with the kit, and I'm gonna show you what you can make. And then afterwards, you get in this pack as well is your sheets that you need for your background. So your 12 by 12 background, right? And so the patterned ones. Wait, there should be another patterned one in here. I'll walk you through. Don't worry. And I hope this is the right kit. Now I got an extra kit just so I could create with you. So I will have an extra kit, which unfortunately I cannot ship because 12 by 12 costs us a lot of money to ship. Where is the other sheet? Okay, it's in here somewhere. And then they give you, it's probably here and I just missed it. Oh yeah. Did I miss it? Just let me double check. Oh yes, I did. Because it's the back side. And then you get a bunch of die cuts or ephemera, as we like to say. And then you have all these 12 by 12 colors that go along with it, and including, um, let's see here, your willow white sheets. So those are all your 12 by 12. So you got that one piece. And then you got your 12 by 12. And then you have your sticker sheet, which is pretty much the same sticker sheet as in the sticker sheet in DSP. So if you want to save yourself some money, then go with the sticker sheet and designer series paper, and you'll get a lot more. Well, you'll just get a lot more paper, like more designer series paper, and just use, instead of using these background ones they have, you can just put it on whatever color 12 by 12 you want. So, you won't, and then, you can do your own layout designs, or maybe you are that type. Do you like to do your own layout designs? There is, there is a ton of stuff in this kit. Yeah, switching to 8.5 by 11 is a fun thing to do. Saves time, especially if you don't have a lot of photos to photograph and you want to get what you want. But, I find I use both. So, I know the camera's a little far right now, but these are all which I really love is they give you the templates, which is perfect. And then you get all your placeholders. So I would stack those up. And then there's apparently 2, 3, 4 by 6s in this kit. And then, of course, we give you the back sheet, which tells you all your coordinating colors and everything like that. So there is a lot. So I like to stack these up for now, and I put them here. I'll put them here in front of me so that we know where they are because we're going to need them. And then here's some little tips I like to give you. Before you start cutting, I always like to have a little, little bin. And then I also like to have my some paper clips and then a pencil or a pen, whichever you prefer to write with, and start marking. Because as you cut, these sheets all go, as you can see, there's different pieces that go with each of the layouts. And they even tell you, this is like my favorite part. This is when you're playing catch up with scrapbooking, this is awesome because they tell you what you have. And the best part is, I'll show you what the finished layouts look like. And you're going to make these. And I might, again, like I said, split this up into two videos because it's going to be pretty long. So here's page number one. Now may have made a couple alternatives, or I shouldn't say it's page number one. It is the layout number one because each one is a double page. So you technically can go separate on that. Now, of course, it doesn't all fit into the camera. So you can go separate. You can, obviously flip them. And then as you put them in there, you have a different page. So you could be capturing every different moment there, right? So that's layout number one. And then when you're done, you also have, just want to make sure I have this in the right way. And is this layout number two? Oops, wrong page. There we go. Just want to make sure I have it right. Oh, where's my layout number two? It's here somewhere. Huh, why am I missing it? Oh, here. And then there's layout number two there. So it's got two tones. Yeah. Oh, I used a different color. That's why. Okay. And then, oh no, there it is. Haha, wrong one. Let me double check here. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, because I flipped. I flipped. That's right. Because I chose to be a rebel. So I did mine slightly different, and that's why. Because I chose to be a rebel on mine. I forgot. So then that's layout number two according to that. But I did change it up. And then this one's number three, and I did change it up a bit again on that one. So, again, you don't have to follow the instructions like because I didn't. And I also stole some of them. And I want to show you what I'm going to. There is so much left over. So much. Like, I mean, friends, you're gonna there's so much, and one thing I've always wanted to make every year, and I never ever get time to, but this year I did, and that is a December daily. Now, normally a December daily, I will actually do like a journal book, but I wanted something I could just throw into my scrapbook. Now, mine's 12 by 12, and no one's going to tell you. You can turn this into 8.5 by 11. So as we cut, I'm going to ask, I guess, because who's online? Okay, I have two people online right now. So I need you to tell me whether or not you want me to repeat 12 by 12, or if you want me to do an 8.5 by 11. Because honestly, so to get to 8.5 by 11 on this, all you literally, because there's one, and let's make a note, there's only 25 days in the calendar here. So instead of doing a 12 by 12, and you're going to customize this because I put pictures where I know I want pictures, right? Like day one literally it's day one. I'm probably not going to have a picture. Maybe I'd put a picture of me in bed waking up and going, hey, it's time for Christmas. Let's get our butts in gear. And I know that by day four, in December, I really need to get that stuff mailed out. My Christmas cards need to go in the mail. So I've put special delivery there as a note for myself. And so, and then where I've got cameras written, I'm just bringing this up closer so you can see it. So there is my mail your cards, Nemi, or else they're not going to be in time for Christmas, right? Even with the things that's going on Canada Post, I believe you'll get them on time. And then, snow should be here, whatever. I added that. And then I marked where I know I'm going to put pictures because I know these are days and weekends where we're going to be doing some baking. And on the 20th, unfortunately for me, it is my aunt's 40th 40th death anniversary. In Filipino tradition, we do a mass or we don't always do a mass, but we get together when we do prayers again. So we're actually going to do a memorial service, and so I'm going to use that as my picture for my aunt's memorial service. Okay, so that's why I have that there. And then we have and then we're going to put a nice big one here for Christmas Day, right? And I stole one of the ephemeras, and we're going to use that here as a note to actually document whatever you want for Christmas. Now you'll see I've also brought in tons of other stuff because we bake cookies and everything. So I want to capture the moments we bake cookies. It may not be, and it's probably going to be that weekend, could be this weekend. But either way, I want to get a couple pictures of that. And then over here, I left spots blank because I know for sure I want to do some journaling. So I want to make sure leave some spots for notes. Now it can change around. I had a little camera stamp, so that's why I put camera there. So I gotta remind myself, make sure you take a picture that day. So little things like that. But you don't have to. And this is my kids' Christmas concerts. So, my son's Christmas concert, I believe, I think Benjamin's is here on the 5th, so I'll stick it there. And Bishop's is the 10th and the 11th, so I'll stick that there. Now, you can also tell I don't have Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday and Sunday for me is over here. So I've used different colors. Now, where did I get all the paper from all this? The kit. Kid you not. Now, everything is in your kit, and there is so much scrap left over that you can even still make this page plus some cards. Like I'm not joking. So that's why I'm saying I might throw this into a 3-part series just to make it easier for you. Okay, so that we're not one big ass long video. Okay, what stamp set is that title from? This one here, the Season's Greetings. That one is from Traditional Labels, I believe it's called. So we're gonna stamp that one for sure. Okay, and then this Joy, again, that Joy. I was gonna go through it later, but hey, we're here. So if you don't want to sit here and watch the whole video, this will be a way to get through it. So this is the Joy, which is the Paper Pumpkin Abundance Joy Dies 167855. And it's 16.50, so this will end in December. So you can still pick this up for $16.50, right? So that is there available. So I just cut that out, and it goes with the Paper Pumpkin kit. Like this month's paper or last month? No, that would have been October's Paper Pumpkin kit. October's Paper Pumpkin kit, which was this one, so it matches the Joy. So this is another one that I'm going to be showing you. I did alternatives with this because this was part of my a card cafe, so I wanted to show you how I use a different stamp set. That you can get the refills for this and then just use the traditional labels for that. Okay, so that goes with that. So that's where that comes from. This is the North Pole paper, and that 'Tis the Season Again traditional labels. This is Homemade Treats. And I think I have, okay, so there's Jolly Delivery. So I used from here to there, from me to you, from here to here. Oh, there it is. From here to there, it was from Jolly Delivery. And this is just the designer series paper, right? So here's a designer series paper. So I just used bits and pieces from this. So I stole some of the house, and then I stole the little guy and the post. And then I also cut out, and it's kind of kicking myself, so I think I might move this over just for you, like the presents on Christmas Eve. I'll put that there and probably put that there. And I could have added one more, but I debated on putting the 26th in here because that's Bishop's birthday. But then I was like, nope, it's Christmas, so I'm going to cut it off at Christmas, and really his birthday is his birthday. I've also used Keeping Traditions, and Keeping Traditions is actually right here. It's this one right here. I just put a little stamp there, and Yo chose that one there. And so I mean, like, pull out what you have. I'm not asking you to buy everything that I've used. Like, just buy the kit. But everything you have, you should have at home. And everything you can use at home is what you can use at home. Now, I'm also using the Christmas tags and more. So this stocking is this guy right here, which is what I use. So, or you could use the Candy Kings, whatever you. scrap. So as you can see, I've used little bits of scrap, like gingerbread. I've already cut that one out. And what else did I? Oh yeah. So what is this one? So this one's jar of labels, right? So this one's the punch. So I use that with the cookies and put a jar full of cheer, which is this, but I didn't use the word sending and I just used a jar full of cheer and I stuck that there on the 22nd down here, which is what I used there. So again, just use what you have. Oh yeah, this Christmas with the leaves here is the big Christmas from where is it? Here. From the Keeping Traditions. So this guy. And the December is what's stamped, and then the sticker is actually from the sticker set in this kit. So I'll show you what my sticker set looked like. Like seriously, after I was done, there was still so much left over. Like I didn't even use it all, sad to say. But when I finished making the 3 pages, the 3 layouts that come in the kit, plus my own December daily, this is what I had left over. So I could stick those anywhere, right? Like I forgot to use that one. Like what was I thinking? So that's crazy. Oh yeah, and then this guy little here because I had lots of space. I could have stuck that flower there. Or I just fussy cut that. That's the fussy cut from the North Pole delivery paper. So pull out what you got, throw it all in there. So I see that shell. Oh, what stamp set is that little camera from? Oh, that one is from, and I think it's still available. It's one of those scrapbook stamp sets that I don't know if you can still get it. I'm just looking on my shelf here right now for it. If I can't find it right away, I think it's like Sending Smiles or something. If I can't find it right away, I will look it up and I will tag you in this post and find it because it's one of those stamp sets I kept and that I really liked. And it has oh, there it is. It's called Love This Moment. So it's $1 million one. So was this one? It might be retired already. 162919. Let me just do a quick check for you. 162919. Oh yeah, no longer available. So that's part of the reason why I bought it was this and then this paper. So, or this lines or whichever, right? So that's where I got that one from. Okay, so let's get crafty because I probably talked too much, but I wanted to explain how I did this. Oh shoot, one more thing then. These little squares do not come with the kit. So it's literally, it's literally paper. So I'm actually using 24-pound paper instead of your traditional copy paper, which is 20, I believe. And then it's just to mark the spot. So depending what you choose to put will just depend on what you want, right? So, just use copy paper and just fill up the squares where you know you want to put photos. Now, this is my world, doesn't mean you have to be yours. So, for example, on day one, maybe you actually do want to write something. So, don't put that there. Slide it down, move it around, whichever you want, and then shift things over, right? Like it's really up to you. It's your journal, not mine, right? And if you want to gift it, then by all means. Okay, so I noticed that Shell said do an 8.5 by 11. Sure, that's easy peasy. So I say it's easy peasy because it's me. So the way an 8.5 by 11 would work, I would definitely throw it onto 3 pages. Because this is 12 by 12, so you got 24. So an 8.5 by 11 is 8.5. So, and I've spread it literally on 24 inches. So you're going to go 16 and you're still short that extra 8, which means you're going to use the backside of a paper. So let me show you how we get to that. And then from there, it'll be really up to you to decorate. So December 1st, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe December 1st is a Monday, right? Which is why I kind of have mine shifted that way. So December. Now, every year it's slightly off. So if December 1st was a Wednesday, my December 1st would be over here. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I chose to go with the same colors for my weekends and put my weekends on this side. So really up to you. Or you can be one of those who prefers Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Really up to you, but this is my weekend. So Saturday, Sunday are on this side, and then my Monday to Friday are right here. Okay, so that's enough of the tips, I guess. So let's get on the cutting tips, and then I'm going to get to this page, and we will get there. We will get there. Okay, so let's put these aside. Like seriously, they're so much fun. And I purposely didn't follow the instructions because I wanted to use some of the stickers for my own pages. So for my December daily. So December dailies are fun. If you Google them, you'll get a lot of comments and feedback on it. It's like some really cool ideas. And I think I did one once, long time ago during COVID. And we did it with, we ended up doing like a mini journal book. And that's just not what I want to do. And I wanted something to put into my scrapbook page. Okay. So, love this paper. Okay, so let's begin. So, the first thing I said, I use, get this paper because we don't need that. I like to have a little tray, and I like to have that. Because what happens is, before I begin cutting, I always go to that page that has all the ephemera. So let's find that page. I think I just found it. And see, there's already a piece that fell out. There it is. So I like to keep it handy because as pieces fall out of that ephemera pack, I just throw them into my bin. And sometimes there's tons of little pieces, so that's really critical. And then the other thing I like to have, where did it go? Is some Post-it notes. So for one of my workshops or rich crops, I gave away one of these little packs from the dollar store. So these are so handy whenever you're doing these. So it's good to have those. Okay, so again, so they do start to see, they fall out. Now what's really cool too, another tip, is on the back side of every single one of these, it tells you which project it's for. So it's like, perfect. So now you know exactly which ones go with which. Now you'll see this one's project 3. I didn't use it. I used it for my December daily. So really up to you. So again, that saves you tons of time. And then whatever you don't want to use in yours, you can put back into the scrapbook pages. Okay, so let's get cutting. Blah, 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 Nemi. Blah, blah, blah. There's so much to share. Okay, so these are my card bases. I know these 4 are my card bases. And this is my ephemera. So I'm going to stick that together. I'm going to put that aside. So that's going to get filed for now. And now I'm left with this, with all my designer series paper along with, and all my colors. And then we got the sticker sheet, which is the exact same sticker sheet. So this is the sticker sheet full. And this is the sticker sheet after. So you're going to use a lot of it. It's just these dates and numbers you don't use very much, but I use every single one because you need one for every day. There's still another 25, so you can stick that wherever you want. Okay, so sticker sheet goes aside. Okay, so now we have this. So we're going to follow along this, and I'm going to show you a couple tips, and then whatever's left over is going into our December daily. Okay, so the first cutting instruction, which is page 2, means we need the floral front one with the back stripes, which is pretty much this guy right here. Okay, so what's great is if it shows us which direction we also need to be in. So you want to make sure that that's happening as well. And well, it would help if I brought my paper trimmer over. Okay, so we're going to put our paper trimmer down. We're going to grab our paper, and now it's telling us that we need a 4.5 by 12, and then we need a 4 by 9.5. Okay, so we're just going to take this paper. Now you can go, doesn't matter which side is up, this one, whatever, but you just want to make sure that your cut orientation is correct. So you can see they're showing you here that everything needs to be vertical. So because that's the most crucial side, that's the side I have up. So we're going to go 4.5. And if you screw up in your cutting because you put it in the wrong marker, don't worry about that. Now, this also tells me that it is 3F. So I'm just going to grab a sticky and I'm going to put that on here and I'm going to literally number it 3 because I know that this is going to go onto project number 3. I don't really care about, well, if you really care about the positioning like F and A, the reason why they put that there for you, and I mean, I really don't because, so let's go there. Okay, yeah. So here, for example, here's project 3, and it shows you the small piece. There's that. And then it shows you the big piece, which is the flowered side, right? And then the little one is I. So there's your project 3. So it says 3H, and then this one says 3F, right? So then when we go back to that page, this says 3A and 3F. So, but I'm not that picky or concerned. Okay, so but if you are and you're a beginner and you want to, you can put that number there, that letter. So then that way you know. Okay, so our next piece is 4 inches. So we're gonna cut that to 4 inches. And then we need to go 9.5. So just make sure your arm is out and then you're just gonna go 9.5 or whatever paper trimmer you're using. Doesn't mean, but right now our paper trimmer is on sale. I don't know if anybody online knows right now. I didn't check to see if it's out of stock. Wouldn't shock me if it is. So these go together and I'm gonna take a paper clip. This is why you need paper clips, because I know both of these are project 3 and I'm going to stick that on there and that's going to go in my pile. Okay, so guess what? Look at all this scrap we have left over. Guess what we're going to use it for? That's right, December daily. So this is going to go into our scrap pile. Okay, so then we need the other one. So we're going to get the second one in the book or in the pack, I should say. If you have any questions, feel free. Otherwise, no worries. I will come back later and check. Okay, so then you're going to cut. So now this one says 5 inches by 10. So you can pretty much tell 5 by 10. So we're going to go 5. And again, my cut orientation is vertical. Okay, that's our first piece is 5 by 10, which means we're going to lose 2 inches. So you could have cheated and just cut 2 inches off if you like to do math. And I'm going to line that up as best as I can to that 10-inch mark. Come on. So I'm currently standing, so it's a little awkward because my chair is broken. So, well, it's not broken, but what happened is the hydraulics on it is going. I mean, I've had the chair for like 5-6 years. And now it's just not my friend. So this one is number 1. Okay, so I don't have a paper clip for it yet. So I'm going to put that there. And then the other one's 4 by 8. So here's the fun part. So you see on that December daily, this is 4. This is a 12 by 12. So 4 by 8 means I'm going to get a 4 by 4 in the end, which I love. Those are my favorites. 4 by 4 or 3 by 3. Hello, bring it on. Okay, so this is my project 3. So I'm just going to stick it here underneath, and that's my project 3. So this guy is the square I used in my December daily. So this is scrap, and this is scrap. Whoop whoop. So we're going to get lots. See how much you get that you have left over to play with? That's just 2 sheets. Okay, we're on a roll. So we're going to cut the next one. And then the next one is the blue circly ones with the green plaid on the back. So that's this one here. So we've done page 2, and now we're on page 3. And then again, cut orientation doesn't really matter in this case because either way you're cutting in the right direction. But you can see here the first cut is pretty much at, what do they got here? 5. No. So 4 plus 3, 7.5. 7.5, and the 5 is the top because there's a straight line there, which means we're going to have all of this for scrap. So we're only using this part, and this becomes scrap. So 4 plus, so you just have to do a little math there. So we're going to go 7.5 inches. Let's make sure I'm right. Guess we'll find out. And now we got this gorgeous piece for scrap. Thank you very much. And now we're going to rotate. So we're 7.5 inches, so we're going to cut that top piece off first. So we're going to get the 5. And 7.5 by 5. There we go. And this is project 3, so I'm going to stick that with my number 3 here. And then we're going to rotate because we want that 7.5, right? So we're going to make sure we're at 7.5. Yep. And then we're going to cut at 4.5, and we got a little bit, just bring it up here. So we're going to go 4.5 by 6.5 and then 3. So 4.5 plus 3 is our 7.5. So this one's slightly longer by a 1/2 inch, and then that one's a 1/6 inch. Okay, so we're going to make sure. I made a mistake on the first one, so luckily I had extra paper. So there's our 7.5, because if we go this way, we're short. So this is 7.5, because I'm right there. So I'm going to cut at 4.5. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it down to 6.5. 6.5. Okay. And now we have this little stripey, which can be used for a card. Now, this one is my 6.5 by 4.5. So this is project number 2. And I'm just going to put that number 2. So we're good there. And now this one is 3, which is what we should have left over, and we do. And we're going to cut it down to 6. Because that's what the instructions tell me to do. And this is going to go here with project 3. Okay, now we got this nice big one. This is what I love. You have this nice big one. So you get these 2 strips for like yours to use. So 9.5 by 9. It doesn't matter which way you go, to be honest. Because either way you're going to get 3 inches and you're going to get 2.5. So really doesn't matter. I'm going to go 9.5. Actually, I'm going to go, yeah, it doesn't matter either way. So in here, they're showing you to go 9.5 first and then 9 along the bottom. So really, it doesn't matter. So if you go 9.5, you're pretty much left with 2.5 inches there. So let's grab the red and the flower one again. So that's this one with the red polka dots on the back. Again, look at orientation, not an issue. Okay, so I'm gonna, another scrap piece. Just add that to your scrap pile. So we're gonna go 9.5, which is way over here. And then we're gonna get 2.5 left over, which is fine. Or you could go 9. You know what? I'm gonna go 9 first, because then, I guess it doesn't really matter. How many pieces did I cut with my squares? My squares are 2.25. I just know that. Okay, so I'm gonna go 9 inches first. So there's my 9. That's scrap. And then I'm gonna go 9.5. It really doesn't matter either way. Okay. Okay, so these 2 are scrap, which then go for my December daily. And then now I have this big one, and this is project number 1. So we're going to add that to project number 1, and now we get a paper clip. So because we now have 2 pieces cut for project number 1. Okay, again, just putting that up there. Okay, and now we need another one. This one I love because look, you get a whole like 6x6 pretty much. So it's telling us here that we should start here and we should cut a 3 and by 11. Look how much paper we get left over. So heaven, I'm in heaven. Okay, so we're gonna take this baby. Again, orientation doesn't matter on this one, but it tells you. So just a reminder again to always look, what's my orientation? So we're gonna go 3 inches by 11. So we're going to cut off 1. So you should be at 11 over here, and then you should be at 1 inch on the other side of your paper trimmer. Okay, and 1. Ta-da! So this one, scrap pile, aka December daily. So this is project number 2. So we're going to grab a paper clip, put that together. And then now we still have this. Just make sure I didn't rotate it. 12. Okay. And now we're going to go 3 1/4 because guess what? These are your photo bases. 3 1/4, and we need 2 that are 3 1/4. So these are obviously photo frames. 3 1/4, and we need 2 pieces. 3 1/4. Oh my goodness. So guess what? All of this scrap. Like how beautiful is that to make another book, page, whatever you want. So these 2 are project number 1. I'm going to stick that there. And then that long strip we did with 2. Perfect. Okay, now we need the dark light, which is pool party, dark light, 2-tone. 2-tone, 2-tone. So here, I don't know if the camera can, oh yeah, I can actually show you pretty good. One side's dark, one side's light. And then we're going to go 6 inches and 6 inches. Easy peasy. Right down the middle. So there's my 6 and there's my other 6. Dun, 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 dun. So now we need a piece that is 10 1/2. So we're going to line it up to the 10 1/2. 6 by 10 1/2 is what it says. So I'm going to cut that off. And that's project number 2. So let's get our number 2 pile here and stick that on. Now there's also showing here that there's this little itty bitty one, which is 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. So this piece, because it's already there, it's 1 1/2 because we already cut it down to 10 1/2. So really we only need to go 4 1/4. So my corner is a little bent on that side, so I'm going to just go and take this side as my corner. 4 1/4 is right there. And we're going to cut. And that piece goes with project 3. So we're going to stick that there with project number 3. And then we got this little square which we can use to die cut something. Okay, so look, we're already done our paper chirping. Hello, Christine. Thanks for watching. And look at this one. Look how much we get out of this one. So we got our secret C. This is totally going to be perfect for our December daily. And they want it at 8 1/2 by 11. It's kind of sad because 8 1/2 by 11 is literally cardstock. So I strongly suggest if you want to keep this paper for yourself and not worry, and you have Secret C cardstock, I would just replace it with Secret C. So just saying. So you could do that. I'm not going to do that because that's just part of the kit. So if you bought the kit, then you need to make sure you cut this one. And you may not have it. So we're going to cut it 8 1/2 by 11. But I personally can easily replace this with cardstock. So there's our 8 1/2. And now we got this beautiful strip left over. And 11, which means we're going to go 1 inch on this side, 11 on the other. Okay. And this is project 1. So we got our 3. Here's our 1. I'm going to stick that right underneath there. Okay, our piles are coming along good. And so is our stuff for December daily. Okay, so this baffles me. So they give us a full sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock in cherry cobbler. Thank you. Thank you so much. And they're only using 1 inch of it. 1 inch for this entire project kit, and we get all of that to play with. And I will tell you, I did not even use all of that. I ended up using all of that you can use all that for like a card or whatever, but I didn't even use it. So it ends up being your leftover. So here's our two-tone. You can see the dark and the light. No direction required. And we seriously need 1 inch. So I'm going to use this side, the right side of my paper trimmer to get my 1 inch by, and all of this is free, 11. So we should have another 1 inch to cut off on this side, and we're at 11 over there. Okay, so this piece I'm just literally going to trash. It's garbage. And then this one is going to go with project 2. So where's my project 2 pile? That's 3, 1, and then there's my 2. So I'm just going to stick that there. Put that over top so I don't lose it. 2 and 3. Okay, so that was fast. And then again on this one, we get a whole 4 inches, and we're only using 8 by 11. So again, this is old olive. If you have old olive, go get a piece of cardstock. Otherwise, you're going to rip into your old olive here, which comes with the kit. Two-tone, and honestly, the two-tone doesn't make a difference on your workshop kit. So we're going to go 8. So there's my 8 on my paper trimmer. So now we're going to get this nice 4-inch strip. Thank you. And then we're going to cut off 1 inch. So sad. 8 by 11. Nice big piece. Okay. So this becomes scrap. And this goes with project number 1. I'm going to stick that there. Take project number 1. And there. Okay, now the fun begins. So this is the white willow cardstock that came with it. And we're pretty much using almost the entire thing. So it's telling us first to make sure we cut at 3 1/4. And then after that, we move on. So that's our first cut. That's what those little scissors mean, is you're going to cut that first. So then that way everything else falls in place. And then this becomes all our scrap for our December daily. So 3 1/4. So here's white willow, which came with the kit. Oh, I'm just going to sit for a bit here. So it says we got to cut at 3 1/4. Excuse me. So we're going to find our 3 1/4. So 3 plus 1/4. There. Make sure we're lined up here on the bottom as well. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we're going to cut 3 1/4. And then it says to rotate and cut at 2 pieces at 4 1/4. So there's my 4 1/4. Oops, I didn't cut all the way through. Try that again. Sorry about that. Just do that little bit on the top there. There we go. And then we need a second one at 4 1/4. And those 2 are for our project 3. And then we need another one that's a square. So we're going to go at 3 1/4. And then this is garbage. Like, don't bother. So those 3 projects, these 3, go with project number 3. Oh, I think I have 3 over here. Yep. Here's 3. So we'll slide that in there. No rhyme or reason, by the way. And then our next one is 3 1/4 again. Okay. And then what we're going to use the leftover for is just stamping for our December daily. So that's 3 1/4. And now we need 3 1/4 3 times. So we got 1. We need 3 of them. 2. And then 3. Oh, it's time to change my blade. It's getting a little frizzy. Okay, so this will keep. We're just going to keep that for stamping. And those 3 go with project number 1. stick that there. Project 1's pretty thick. And then we need another 3 1/4. Okay. So they're showing you here that this one here is slightly wider, and then this one's 3 1/4. So technically you could go 3 1/4. Oh no, you can't because it's 3 1/2. Sorry. So good thing I'm reading it. So it's 3 1/2, and then you're going to trim that little 1/4 inch off. So we're going to go to 3 1/2. And then again, this will end up being the leftovers for any stamping you may want to add. Okay, there's our, so 3 1/2, yeah. So we need 3 1/2. So this can go into our kit. And then by 3 1/2. Okay. And then we need one at 3 1/4. I'm gonna cut that. And then this is leftovers. That's a perfect, like, what is that? This could be used for a photo. 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. Yep, you can make that into a photo. And then turn this again to 3 1/4. Okay, so we're just cutting that 1/4 inch off. Because this one's a square, and then this one, you got 2 squares. One square at 3 1/2, garbage. And then another square at 3 1/4. And you can pretty much tell that you're slightly stacked differently. And this one goes to project 3. So project 3 must have lots of photos in it. Okay. And last one, we have another piece of willow cardstock. So let's get that here. Here's all our scraps so far. Like seriously, we're gonna go through this. And oh, I still have one more piece. Did I miss a page? Oh no, because we're gonna use that. I forgot. Is this willow? Yeah, this willow. Okay. Okay, so willow cardstock. So again, it's telling us to cut at 3 1/4 first. So we're gonna line up. There's my 3, and I'm just going over by 1/4. I always double check because I have a tendency to miss by 1/4. Okay. Yeah. Did I stick that with project 3 or did I stick that with project 1? Okay, I was 2 pieces. I stuck them with the wrong one, didn't I? Just double check. No, I didn't. Okay, just making sure. Oh, I did. See that 3 1/4 one? The smaller one? Just double check here. Those are my 2 pieces. I just realized it's the 3 1/4 goes with project 2. I was looking at that and that's a little funny. There. Oh, I lost my little post-it note there. So just let me get another one before I screw up. Put this one down here. Where's my pencil? Number 2. Okay. Lost it. Okay. So what am I at again? Let's catch up. 3 1/4. Okay. Oh, again. So we have 2 that are 3 1/4. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 1/4, and then we're gonna cut it at 4 1/4. So we're gonna go to 4 1/4, and we need 2 of those. So that's 1 and number 2. Okay, and those 2 go with project 2. Let's stick that there. And then this one is 3 1/4, which I should have left over, and I do, and I'm going to rotate once to get another 3 1/4 inch square. And then we got another 1/4 inch that is garbage. That will go into the garbage pile. And this one goes into project number 3. Oh, so I could have totally left that other square here. That's hilarious. Okay. And then we need 2 6 1/4. So we're going to cut at here it's telling me to cut at 6 1/4, and then I'm going to go 4 1/4, and then because that's 8 1/2, and then I just have that itty bitty left. So we're going to cut at 6 1/4. It's time to get a new blade because my edge is fraying. Okay, so 6 1/2, and my 1/4 is in the blue or this grayish brown spot. I'm gonna make sure I'm lined up there. and we're going to cut to 6 1/4. And then we're going to rotate, and we're going to go 4 1/4, 2 times. So you obviously know these are 2 photo mats because it's 6 by 4 is a normal photo, and this is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And these two go with project number 1. So we're going to stick that in there, project number 1. Okay, so this is now added to our pile, and then we need 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut 3 1/4 first so that I don't waste this part. So now I get that as scrap, or AKA more project material. And then we're going to scrap this little itty bitty strip, and then we have another one for project number 3. Put that in there. Okay, and I think we're done. So let's just do a quick check. We used 2 sheets of white willow, and this is what is left of our white willow. Okay. And then we used a sheet of old olive, and this is what we have left for old olive. So looking good so far, in my opinion. Maybe I'll keep them together by color. So sometimes what I like to do, because I know these are all my pieces, hang on. Oops, I just dropped a piece. This is my white willow scrap, which I'm going to use. And then this is my old olive. And then we have this big, massive, thank you, Stampin' Up! Sheet of cherry cobbler. So hello, two-tone. So use that however you like. So we've got that. And then we have our dark, which was, there's 2 sheets left over. Oh yeah. So we had an 8.5 by 11, which then gave us this and this piece left over. So, and I dropped another piece on the floor here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Those. Okay. These are stuck together. How are we doing for time? So I tell you, it's a pretty long video when you actually do this, but I wanted to show you. So you have this, so I might come back later and do my December daily because I don't want to keep you here for hours. I'm at 2 o'clock, not so bad. So we've only been here an hour. Okay, and then that's that one. And we got that. And then so we flipperooey. So we had our pool party, which doesn't give us much left over. Oh, see, I missed a sheet. So we did the 6.5 by 10.5. And then we should have, let's double check. Project number 2. Here's project number 2. Oops, I forgot to cut my other one. So let's just double check and make sure. So this is why I like to go through this, because you never know. So I missed this one. So this is 6.5 by 10.5. So then that's perfect. And then I need a 6 by 11. And so that's what I missed. So this is our scrap. We're not going to lose it. So I need a 6 by 11. I thought I cut it, but I didn't. So that's this one here. Da-da-da-da. Yep. Okay. So then this is our only piece of scrap to add to this. That's part of our scrap pile. And this goes with number 2. And just to validate, there's this other little itty bitty one, and it's already here with our project number 3. Awesome. So then we have these 2, which we have. So let me just bring my scrap pile in. Like, look how much is left over, friends. Like, look how much we get to play with here. So I still have, oh la la, all of this. So my other 2 pages has these big stripes. Whoops, wrong one. So it has this big piece, Yeah, thank you. And then it has this little one. And then from this one, we have these two big ones. Like, come on. Thank you, Stampin' Up, because I am going to use these. So I'm going to put that together. Am I out of paper clips? Oh, I also even have, you never know, another itty bitty one. And I'm out of paper clips, so I only pulled out a few. So let me grab some more here as I drop the rest on the floor. So, oh no, I got something else on the floor. Okay, so grabbing another paper clip here. And this is all my fun paper. Like seriously, this is all the scrap you get left over from this kit. So what did I say this kit cost? So from this amount, like you have so much you can do here. Whether you're a card maker, scrapbook, or whatever, there's still lots left. And then we had this piece. Where is it? The green and the blue. So we have a full stripe. Oh, that's not it. My apologies. Ba-da-ba-da. Oh, that was this one. Do we have a second one? Yep, that was that one. Let's make sure. Did I miss a page? Oh yeah, we have this one from the two-tone. And then we did the green. Okay, yeah, I missed that one. So there's another piece. So this one was from the two-tone Secret Sea. And then all we have left, that's this one, is this page. So that is all of this. So we have a big stripe, 4, 8, 3.5, and then the little piece. And then we have 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, and oh, right, there it is. I'm like, where is it? There's the other piece. So there's my pieces there. And I'm purposely just flipping them so then that way I can tell how many pieces I have. Okay, and then this is my other one. So that is a lot to play with for a December daily. Oh la 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 la. So you have tons here to create my double page. Okay, and then we have two pieces left over. So let's just double check that I didn't make a mistake and forget to cut those because the next one is our layouts. So left page gets this one. Right page gets this one. So that is layout number 1. And then layout number 2. We gotta make sure we didn't screw up. Layout number 2. Straight floral. Okay, so then this is layout number 2, which is the 2 card bases there. And then layout number 3 is our 2 gray ones. Perfect. And then we still have all of our ephemera, which is falling out, and our sticker sheet. So we are good to go. So this still all goes together, and this is what we have. So now you're going to take all of this and assemble them with your layout designs. And I think I will do that as a separate series just because it's a lot. And then now you have your photo frames. So like I said, these photo frames will go with each of the layouts. Now, these do not have numbers on the back, as you can see here. So they will obviously go onto the photos afterwards. And what's nice about these is it tells you where your photos go and the size of your actual photos. Now, if you're an avid stamper and you don't need the reminder for these, then now you have a bunch you can use as gifts to give away. If you're demonstrators, they're fantastic for beginners that you can gift to your customers. Or you can use them on other scrapbook pages. Okay. But otherwise, it literally put a 3x3. So it's a placeholder to tell you where to put your photo and what size. Okay. So these kits are ready. Now, Shell did have to leave. And oh no, she's back. Oh shoot, I just dropped all my papers on the floor. So I'll pick those up later. I'm going to skip the layout designs and do that as a separate, because you will see what I did with the leftovers, or what I had left. Now, this is all your leftover pieces. So we've got that, and we've got this, and this, like, really. And we're going to use all of this to create the 2 pages, or if you're an 8.5 by 11 or a 6x6er, you're gonna, like, for 8.5 by 11, you're gonna need 3 sheets. So pick whatever card base you want, any color. I chose a real red, but you can choose a blue, a black. I just wanted a more vibrant color instead of white as my base, because I wanted everything on the page to pop. So if you want everything on your page to pop, then pick a dark color. So that is my recommendation. So for an 8.5 by 11, which was suggested in the comments, so this is the 12 by 12. So we're going to cut it the exact same way. The only thing is, yeah, I missed you terribly, Shell. The only thing we're going to do differently is we're going to spread it on 8.5 by 11. So this is a 12 by 12. So, and as we walk through, I'll show you the changes. So we are at 2 o'clock. So what we'll do is we'll prep, and then maybe we'll talk about layout in a second series. But I hope you're liking it so far. So this is what we have left. And the first thing we're going to do is, because the rest, I will do that. I will help you cut your squares, because what we're going to do after, and then I'm going to come back on Sunday. So we still got time, because December 1st doesn't start till Monday. And then we'll do the layout, because I just don't want this video to be extremely long. Or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Vicky Booten's is like 3 hours long sometimes. Okay, so, but I love it. Don't get me wrong. But, that will probably give you a day to prep. And then you can do your layout with me. But all these squares come from all the scraps. So there's 25 days, so we need 24 squares. Does that make sense? Because we're going to use the big one. So you already have this one. So in this paper here, there is a nice big 4x4, which fits right there. So that is for Christmas Day. So you've already got this one set aside. And I'm going to grab my stickies here, and I'm going to label it as day 25. So this one here is literally day 25. So we're going to use that one for day 25. So that one is already cut. Okay. So now, because we need 24 other days, we pretty much need 24 squares. So I pretty much used 4 of the different papers. So here's one designer series paper, which was my weekender. So I used the stripes. And then we're going to cut squares out of this one. And then we're going to cut squares out of this one. So those are the 3 we're going to need. And then literally the rest is going to be for stamping and cutting and creating whatever you want. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, thumbs up, awesome. Give me thumbs up if you're there or you're catching the replay, and it's all good. Okay, so now we need 24 squares, because we've got our first one, which is day 25, because there's 24 other days in the month that lead up to Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way first, and we're going to use these 3. Now, just keep in mind too that you can cut these any way you want. Okay, So when I say that, I mean that this is designer series paper, which means it's double-sided. So if you don't like this side of the paper, I'm going to bring you down because we don't need to be that high anymore because we're not dealing with big 12-inch pieces. If you don't like this side and you prefer that side, go ahead. Then please don't let me stop you. This is not what it's for. So you use whatever you want to use because it's your page. It's your journal, not mine. And we don't need this anymore either, so we're going to bring that in. Okay, so to begin, you need 2.5-inch squares. Okay, so I should clarify that. You need either 2.5 or 2.25. Now, I chose 2.5-inch squares because when I print my photos are 2x2. So I have an Epson and I also have a Canon, and both of them print 4x6. So here's another tip. When you print your own photos to go onto your pages, you can do them 2x2, which then means you can fit 6 photos onto a 4x6. Um, and if you get them printed, same thing. You can do 2x2s on a 4x6. If you do not know how to do that, put that in the comments. And when I catch it, I will share a video how you can do that on your machine or how you can do that even using Canva and get it printed. And so I also like my photos matted. I like my photos to have that inch. So this is 2.5. This is 2.25. And then my photo is going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So 2.5, 2.25, 2-inch squares. Now, if you are not a matte person and you want to trim it down more, by all means, go ahead. Then you would go 2.25 and 2 inches. That's it, because you're not matting anymore. Or if you like your photos bigger, then go ahead. 2.25, or sorry, 2.5 and 2.25. But you're not going to fit a 2.25 on a 4x6 photo. Just saying. 6 photos on a 4x6? Yes. So, okay. Just a quick reminder, and I'll do another tip on that one next time. But I'm just going to grab it here. When you print photos at a photo place, all your paper every photo comes in 4x6. Okay? I use Staples because I don't use their Canon. This is a 4x6. So guess what? I'm going to get I can't write on it, it's glossy. I can write on the back. Okay, so this is a 4x6. So literally, if I measure this right now, it's 4. So here's my 2-inch mark right there. And then this is 6. Okay, so I'm going to mark it 2 and 2. Just getting my fingerprints all over this, by the way. So, which is fine because you can just wipe it down with a cotton ball. So to explain, and maybe you may or may not see my pencil marks, but let's just try this. Sorry, I gotta flip my ruler. So we're going to literally, when you take your photos and put them into your selfie or Canon or whatever photo printer you have at home, because I'm like that, I'm showing you right now. That line didn't go very dark. It's okay, I'm not wasting, because we all know how expensive photo paper is. Can you see that? I'm just making sure the camera can pick it up. Yes, it can. So you're going to take 6 photos on a 6 layout and go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 inches. And when you print it, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos in a 2x2, which then means on a 2x2, it's going to go on here on a 2x2. Right now, this is 2.25. So if I was to take a scrap piece of cardstock, and you know what, I'm just going to grab any piece of cardstock. Maybe one that I can actually use. And no, I don't want to waste that one. Let's see. Do I have a piece of waster here? This might be 2 inches. You did know you could combine 6 photos. Oh, heck yeah. Scrapbookers have all these great tricks I can share with you. So here's my 2x2. So I'm going to cut a 2x2 so you are fully aware of how I mean. So if you had 6 of these in a photo, you will cut this into 6. And then on my December daily page here, because I went 2.5, 2.25, my photo will now sit like that. And now in my photo frame, wherever I decide to put that photo frame, I'll zoom in for you. You can now see that I have my beautiful DSP in the background, which may or may not be waste for you because we cover it up. And then I have my 2.25-inch frame around my photo, which is photocopy paper, remember, because we're saving money and time and energy. And then this is my photo. So this here is my photo. And then you would have that there. So then you have the frame. Now you can use dimensionals to pop these up or lay them flat, however you prefer. Now I hope that is a tip that you have learned and can use again. So everywhere I have a photo, that is where I'm going to stick one of my photos. So I'm probably not going to finish my December daily till mid-December because I'll have the top half done and printed, and then I gotta wait because I want to do as many photos, as I can. So I will have at least 12 photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I have 10 photos on here. So that's not bad. And then I have some journaling spots. So again, my photos will go there, there, there. And this is ephemera, I think. So it is a piece of ephemera. So no glue there, so I can tuck it in. And I will just add my photos in 2x2. You can't wait till you get home to try this combining sorcery. Absolutely, it's fantastic. And it's a great way to maximize your photo paper. Okay? So that is one fun way. So I'm going to leave that photo paper there because I know I got to wipe it down before I use it. And I've also written on the back. Okay, so let's get cutting. And then I'm going to come back on Sunday to help lay this all out with you because I don't want the video to run any longer. And it gives you time to think about how you want to lay yours out. Okay, so we need 2.5-inch squares. Okay, so let's start with the easy one, which is this guy here. And and it's got the green on the back side as well. So let's see, what did I do? You know what? No, we're going to start with this one because it has the most. So what I loved about this one is I pretty much, I should go up a little higher. Okay, just a bit. So we've got tons here. So you're going to try and figure out what can I use all of this to make 2.5-inch squares. And then I use the majority of these ones literally for my Monday to Friday. And then because I have very little of these two, then I chose these two to make for my weekend or whatever you want, right? So I used this one for weekend because I only need 6. And then I used whatever else for whatever else, really. But it looks like I was able to get Monday to Friday from all of this, which is shocking because that is not exactly how I would probably play it out. But you can change them all up, and then I have a couple squares here. So we're going to do what we can with what we got. Okay, so I said 2.5 by 2.5, right? So this piece I believe was 5 3/4. So guess what? We're going to get a nice good chunk and we're going to get quite a few squares out of this one. So we need 24. So we're going to take this piece of paper and this is the one with the red on the back. So now you're going to have 2 options to work with. So we're going to cut this at 2.5. And you're going to get pieces left over again. And then we need a second strip at 2.5. And we're going to get quite a few squares. So And I'd rather have more squares than not enough. And guess what? Those squares you can use left over to put on a card. So don't think they're wasted. And then you have this 1 inch strip, which again, use for a card. So now we have two, and I'm going to be cheap and quick by taking them and taking the two strips, stacking them together, and cutting it at once, because that just saves us time. So we're going to take both of these at 2.5. So they're both 2.5. And now you're making squares, right? Now, like I said, if you don't like to photo mat, go 2.25. So there's that. So that's 2. And we're going to get as many as we can out of this paper. 3, 4. We're going to get like 8. Seriously. That's the fun part. This is like my favorite part. I love the workshop kits because they're quick and easy to make. And if you want to ever do this in person with me, I'm going to be doing these once a month. So you definitely can come out to my place and we will create together. We'll do the kits together and then we'll be like, what didn't we make with the leftovers? Because there's so many. Okay, so I'm just making sure I stack that properly because I let go. Okay, so look, we still have this left over for scrap, and you go side by side like this, add it onto a frame, add your other piece, like let's say one of these striped other pieces we have, maybe the darker one, and guess what? You have a card front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 squares. 8 squares to work with, and we need at least 24. So there's your 8. Stack that, put that down. There's our first pile. Okay, now we're going to switch. So we're going to take all our leftovers again, because, so you have a choice. You can keep going like I did, but we're going to switch it up a bit. We're going to see how much we have, so I'm just put that aside. And then we're going to come in, and we're going to do this guy, Secret C. Okay, so this one is not quite there. So we've got 4.5. And to do 2.5, you need 5. So we're only going to get one strip out of this one. So we're gonna go 2.5. So much fun. Now I'm gonna have 2 pages, 2 December dailies. So maybe I'll do one as a draw, or you know what? I will. That is what I'll do. I'll gift my 8.5 by 11 because I probably can ship that one, no problem. Let me just double check with the Canada Post if I can ship it as standard mail, because I know I can't. I should be able to, because I ship my Let's Get Crafty clubs at 6 by 12s, and it's just oversized mail. So no problemo, but I just want to make sure it's not considered a document or something, and then I'm paying $30 to ship. Okay, so what did I say? We had 8. We got 4 more, so that's 12. So there's our next set. And here's our leftover pieces, which then can go to cards or whatever else you want. So we're going to put that here, because seriously, this is leftover. And then now we have this one. So we've got quite a bit here. And we got 2. So this one is 3.5. So we need 2.5. So we're going to get that out of this one. So we're going to go 2.5. Now, it doesn't matter. It's a square. So either way, you're going to rotate up and down, or you're going to use it on your December daily horizontal. It's really up to you. Okay, so 2.5. And then we're going to go 2.5. Let me just double check this one, because we can save time by cutting 2 at the same time. Oh, this one's at 3. Perfect. So we're going to cut this one as well at 2.5. Like seriously, this is all your scraps, and we're making this beautiful December journal, which I just love. And honestly, just pull out your sweets, your favorite stamp sets, and that's what we're going to be using. Okay, so favorite stamp sets, we got all the stickers. and your favorite DSP, some scrap DSP. Like we're talking about 2.5 inch squares here. So think about what scraps you got lying around and that are in these color matches that matches well with this. And that's literally what we're going to use. I'm not asking you to rip into any good paper. I want you to pull out your scraps. So that's your challenge till I can come back on Sunday and put this all together for you. Because like, damn, it's gonna be so pretty. Like seriously. And we're gonna do it in 8.5 by 11. So all of you scrapbookers out there who do smaller ones can easily follow along. As requested by Shell. So we're gonna put that together. That is what's left. Oh, we can make a couple more squares out of this one, but let's see how many we got. So there's only 8 weekends, or 8 weekend days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna need a few more. This should be 8 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we've got 20 squares and we need 24. So we're just going to pull from this guy, this pack here, and make our 4 more that we're short. So this is, oh, look at that. Perfect. It's 2.5 already. So we're going to take this 2.5 inch piece that's already cut for us and see how many squares we can get out of it. There's 1. Now, I probably could have did a whole tutorial on this ahead of time and counted how many squares I cut from which one and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, no, creativity comes in so many ways. So we're 3 and we just need 1 more. So there's 3 and we need 1 more. So let's see if any of these ones will be short. Yep. This one is 3 1/4. This one is 3 inches, which would actually work really good on a layout. And this one's 3 1/4. And if we go 2.5, we're left with a 3/4 inch strip, which might go well on a card. So we're just going to use this one in case we need the other pieces to make with cards. That's my tip to you. Like these are still great pieces, which now you can use for a card. And remember, like, this is all that's still left over. Look at this big, beautiful cherry cobbler piece we did not even use. Come on. So that's card material. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Come on. Two-tone? Like, think about it. Okay. So we're going to cut that baby off, and guess what? We now have 24 squares. So there's 4 of these, 4 of those, 4 of those, 8. So we're at 16, 20, 24. Now, if you want more and you don't like the squares I've cut, and you want to continue using other patterns, by all means, go ahead. If you want to use different material, go ahead. Okay, so those are our pieces. That is all we need, and everything else is cut and trim. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to remind you again. Oh, I have to go bigger. Okay, let's just do it this way, so I don't have to go so big. Okay, so this is the 12 by 12, right? Make sure we're in the photo, and I also didn't get myself water. And so again, these are stickers that we've used. So I've used the traditional labels. I've used Joy from, you can put whatever you want, honestly. This is all scrap from the papers we have now. I used jars, what is it? Jar of Joy, right? For this one. Here again, traditional labels with just a post-it note. And we cut out all the envelopes and everything from North Pole Delivery, right? From that suite. And on the second page, I used the homemade treats from the gingerbread. Homemade delivery again. And traditional labels, right? So 'tis the season to be baking. This big square is just literally paper left over, right? Or sorry, circle is just pool party cardstock. Um, some white embossing powder, and again, we're just using North Pole. So whatever you have. And so the stamp sets we've been sharing. Oh, I forgot to grab traditional labels. Why didn't I grab that one from my stash? Um, Plus I have to do a class on that one. So I'm gonna have to do that one as well. Oh, where is it? It's sitting here somewhere because I have a class on that one too. So my monthly card club for traditional labels, like look at this gorgeous paper. It finally came back in, so I'm like, yay. So we're gonna do that one. But anyway, we need keeping traditions is what I use. Jar of Joy. I didn't use pine tree trimmings because that's a different tree, but I don't know why I pulled that one out. It's been the wrong one. Um, where is it? Ugh, I had the other one. Homemade treats was the other one I said I used. So homemade treats, where are you? So you can prep your pieces or whatever ephemera or whatever stamp sets you want to use. I don't know why I can't find it. Oh, because it's over here. You can use, again, just use whatever you have. I'm going to be baking cookies, or my husband's going to be baking cookies. Who am I kidding? There. And it was this tree. Okay, so ornamental Christmas, traditional labels, homemade treats, jar of joy, and keeping traditions. So I'm going to prep these ahead of time so I can just slap them on here for you. And then we'll do a little bit, like I fussy cutted this guy here. And then we're going to do our pages on, I will be back. You know what? I can do it on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm away. So, cropping with some friends. So I won't be able to come online, but prep your pieces. Think about how you want to lay out your days. And I will lay mine out the same just to make life easy. Maybe move one or two here and there. And we're going to go from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 11. And I hope you really enjoy this. Like the workshop kits are absolutely amazing. And for the price that you're actually paying for them is like phenomenal. The things you can do with it. And I'm looking forward to doing this with you every month in the new year and moving forward in person, online, whatever you think makes sense. So again, $49. That's 49 Canadian, by the way. So pick it up, add it to your cart, and if you order it by November 30th, because we have a card kit. I forgot we have a kit challenge this month, but I don't really care if I get it or not. But if you order this by November 30th, your name will go in the draw and you will win the 8.5 by 11 page. Okay? 8.5 by 11 scrapbook page. Whoever gets it will win it. So again, this is $49 for the whole kit. And you get, like, we're going to have a crap load of fun, man. I'm telling you. You get the page, you get 2 pages of ephemera. So mine's falling apart already. You get 3 scrapbook layouts plus my December daily. Okay, so that's the bonus is my December daily, and you get that sticker sheet, right? Like, and you still have tons left over to make cards. So let's talk about making cards after. So the item number is 166804. Order it by November or whatever. What's the month? You got 2 days. So order it by December 1st. Okay, I'll push it to December. No, it has to be November 30th, right? Okay, order by November 30th, and then, like, seriously, it's worth it. Okay, so I will see you on Sunday, and let's make it early morning so that I don't have to lose. Like, I'm not going anywhere anyway. On Sunday, I literally just have soccer in the evening. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday and putting this page together. Okay, so have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Get your order in, and if you already have it, start cutting, and we will create together another scrapbook layout. Have a great day. Looking forward to it. See you soon. Happy stamp.